Hello everyone and welcome to Retro Dad and Modern Lad, the YouTube channel and soon to be website, and welcome to the Sacred Pools Let's Play episode 2. Now you'll have noticed in episode 1 I actually put writing on the screen to tell you I now know how to block the enemy's attacks, and the way that is done is using the triangle shaped crystals. So as I put on the screen in episode 1, it's actually the blue triangle that you need to use. So it's this one here. This blocks lightning attacks, and this one blocks like physical attacks and some other attacks as well. So these are the ones that you need to have in your shield, area, which is this area here. And you will be able to press the B button. The screen goes blue, and you don't take any damage. So that come up perfect then, didn't it, to show you? But here is some footage I've taken of me blocking other enemies using them as well. And welcome back. We've got a jam-packed episode and I've got loads to show you. I've been to every area of the game and I've met every person. How do I know I've met every person? Because if we actually press the Z button, we can go in the options and we can read information about all the characters in these two here. So I'll just click on one and just show you an example. I'm not going to go through them all. And if you press the A button, it goes through them all, giving you information on them. Now I've met everyone in these lists and I know I've been to every area as well. And these are also useful because, see, if we look at the Queen Nemesis, for example, it says at the bottom, Nemesis can be repelled with white and yellow sphere crystals. Now that's interesting because when she does attack you, and I have been attacked by her, I do know that using the right crystals, you can block her attacks. So they give you a lot of good clues, so it's definitely worth reading them if you get stuck in things, or just watch my Let's Play and I'll help you through it. But yeah, we've got a jam-packed episode with loads. I've made so many discoveries in this game. So if we go back onto here. Now, what's directly in front of us is this. Now you need, as if 5, if I remember correctly. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's 2, 3, 4, 5. No, you need 6 crystals to go in here. So the actual ones that go in here are these ball-shaped ones. I'm not going to start putting them in now. And just be careful. Because not every colour goes in. I don't think orange goes in, if I remember correctly, but I'll fill this in later on. But just be careful, because if you keep trying to put items in after I think it's 3 or 4 goes or something, if you keep putting the wrong ones in, you just drop through the floor and go into outer space. You can't just keep trying them. Right, so we're getting attacked, so press the B button and it's blocked. One thing that is important to say with these ones that act as your shield is they're not unlimited. So after a certain amount of goes where you block, you will actually lose it and you've got to use a different one. So that's quite important to say. So we're just going to have a little look around this area here. And we're going to pick up some more crystals. So that does actually open. You do come in that way. Another thing that I think is quite interesting is every area in the game, there's multiple ways in there. It's never just one way into an area. So we'll just go back this way. And what's quite interesting about that is I've noticed that usually one of the ways you will have to sort of, I mean, it's not really a puzzle. Let's see what she's got to say first. Well, she's enticing us in, which is never really great. She's disappeared. I think we got this in the last one. But another thing I found is, I'm not sure if we got that in the last one, but no, I don't think we got that one. But a lot of times I've noticed if you save or leave an area, sometimes items come back. So you can get multiple ones of them. Getting attacked, press the B button. But as I said, there's multiple ways into levels, and what's quite funny is you have to solve a sort of puzzle where it's usually you just put like, you've got to know which type of crystal to put in, and it'll take a crystal. But there's usually, because there's multiple routes, that's the one we got in the last one, there doesn't seem any point in going in that way. You might as well choose one of the routes to go into the area where it's just, you just go straight in. Now I think that it might just be a case of there where later on in development, because this isn't finished, and there's multiple reasons I can give for why I know it isn't. We just get these ones, so we're getting red and orange there. What ones have we got there? We've got black and white. So there's multiple reasons why I know this isn't complete, and we'll go through that. We know it is a prototype. It is a very late prototype though. It's practically complete. They're all very close rather. So we just go back this way. Now we looked at this, and there's a couple of these. Now I'm not sure if you were meant to probably put a crystal in to find out what it is in the finished game. I'm not sure about that, but if we look at it, now I'd already discovered this anyway, because he is in the bar area. Now, just by trying the different ones I had, I already realised that you need to give him a certain type of crystal, and he will give you the sequence, which will give you one of the crystals that circles in your menu. I'll show you in a minute. But actually, if you look on the screen now, you can see that it's telling you which type of crystal you need to give him. So they're quite useful. There's a couple of them around the level. See, when you give him the crystal. We haven't actually got that one at the moment. The way you get that one is that when you get brought back into the ship, she actually just gives you it. So we'll do that. And when you do that, you will get a sequence, and you'll get the next one of these ones. So you're looking for a complete set of these, and that's how you get them. There's not one in every area, but there's almost one in every area. And I've just been booted in the face. And this is actually a good opportunity to show you this.
You must learn the ways of the crystals before it is safe to enter the sacred pools.
So she's basically saying you've got to know the way of the crystals to get back in. If you try to get back in now, it just says access denied. You can look at that there. All you need to do to open that, if you're at this stage, is just look at this. Now this is actually different on the two prototypes. If you're playing the first prototype, the crystal you need to put in this is actually the red crystal, which is, well, the red sort of sphere rather than crystal. But actually, if you're playing the newer build, which I'm playing, it's the orange one. So just drop it in there. And there you go, we're back in. So now we're back in. As I said, there's multiple ways in, but it's like there's about 3 or 4 ways into this room. So why you would go that way, I'm not sure. I think there was going to be, I think there must have been the developers were going to do something there, because why would you go in that way when there's like another 2 or 3 ways you can come in? Now you go up to this, and if you press up, it takes you to this screen. Now I know it's the red one you want to use, so just drop it in. And that happens. When that happens, just press the up button, and the rock moves forward. Now, it's up to you. See them crystals that are enticing you in there? You can get them now, but what I'm telling you is, if you get them, you're going to get knocked out into space. So, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll just get them just to show you how it happens. But if you don't want to get them, just walk past them. Because, see, if you press right and you look at them, get them. We've got them. The problem is that when we walk past, we're going to get nudged out now. If we hadn't got them, this wouldn't happen. There we go. So we've been knocked into outer space, and as we've said before, when you're playing the newer build, see, there's multiple places we can go in based on where we've explored. Now this is where we were, so we'll just go back in here. And we'll be able to go past that part now. But yeah, I mean, once you put the red sphere in there, you don't need to put another one in with this one. So there we go, we're back in. And just press up to go past. Now there's two things here I'm not 100% sure at the minute, because I'm still testing this game. I've been doing a lot of testing to try and find different things, and I've also been doing a lot of exploring. Now these two are still a little bit of a mystery to me. So what we've got this. Now I've tried putting items on it, but it doesn't seem to work. If you press up on it, the lady comes out. And our health bar goes down, but sometimes it goes up. And I'm not really sure why. And to the right of here, there's this. If you press up on this, oh, our health's gone back up with that one. But if we keep doing them now, going from one to the other, your health just keeps going down. Now these definitely do something. I'm just not 100% sure. I need to do more testing before I can confirm what I think they do. We're getting attacked. Wham. Kicked in the face. Right, so we're back outside, which is a pain because you would have to put another orange one in here to get back in. And we don't actually have another orange one. So what you would have to do is we'd have to go back in there in a while. And actually there was something else we wanted to do while we were in there. So what I'll do is I'm going to have to go round the long way. Now this is a bit of a pain for testing purposes, because I have found a way around this, which I'll get to. But for testing purposes, when you're going around the level, you have to swap the disc so many times. It'd be like you go in a certain area, it's disc 1, another area is disc 2, another area is disc 3. And when you're trying to go around exploring and things, it can be a little bit tedious, I've got to admit. Although I do think this game is fantastic. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to make this a bit easier for the Let's Play. Is I'm going to go back into disc 1, and then I'm going to come round a different way where you don't have to use the sphere. And I'll just sort of teleport this Let's Play back into that room for the exploring purposes. So here we go. And welcome back. So all I've done there is I've gone back onto disc 1, gone back into the Rebellion room to the right of where you come back into disc 1, and gone straight back in. And I've not had to use a sphere or anything. So I definitely think, because this happens in a lot of rooms, I definitely think that that there was more for the developers to do there, because it's like, why would you bother using one of the spheres, and you can just go in a different route. And actually, just before we go back in here, I just want to see if I can find where it is. There was an area, and we didn't get the sequence of the woman. Just go this way that we should have got when we come in, and there it is.
Eat this fruit, and you will gain strength.
And we got these on the way in, but we didn't get that sequence. So sometimes you don't get the sequences. And another thing I've definitely noticed.
These herbs will heal and restore your health.
Another thing that I've definitely noticed is that sometimes the sequences in the game don't play in order, because I know what the story should roughly be like, and sometimes they're not in the right order, and sometimes they get repeated. Now that definitely wouldn't have happened in the end game, I wouldn't have thought. I'll just get all these, and you can see the items are stacking up. You know, some of these items we're not necessarily don't need multiple ones of, but we've got them. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the second main crystal. Another thing just before as well, if we press the left shoulder button, and I think we talked about these before, so my understanding of these at the minute is being updated from the last time. I think obviously the top one is health, the one in the middle is radiation, and I think the bottom one is magic, I think. And if we look at these 3 symbols in the top right hand corner, I think they're how many times you can be knocked out of the ship before it's game over. So that's my current understanding of them. So I think that's correct. If we come off here and we just again, yeah, look, because we've been booted out of the area completely, it now wants another red one. So that's no problem because we've got plenty of them. So just put it in and we can get back into this area. Again, we've already been into this area, so I'm not going to be fooled again into doing that by getting the crystals there, because we'll be booted back out into outer space. So we'll come back up to here, and sometimes you do get attacked up here by quite a few different things, but what we're going to do is we're going to go to the right. Now you can have a look at the sacred, there's the sacred pools there. Yeah, we're being attacked. You can block this, but I haven't got the right ones, I don't think, to block at the minute. Or I haven't put them on.
Take this island away from me.
Oh no, we have got it on. I've pressed it. It's the B button. I've pressed it, and as you can see, the screen's gone red and we've blocked. I wasn't sure if I put the right ones in for that. So we've got a block in there. So what we want to do is we can go forward here, and you can look to your left and you can see the sacred pool. If you go to walk in it, you are going to be thrown into outer space, and we're getting attacked here, so I'm just going to turn the other way. When you're getting attacked, if you don't, some of them you can't block. If you don't think you can block it, just run away. You can't just turn around because you'll still get attacked if you're not facing them. What you need to do is turn and walk away, and then you'll be okay. So there's the sacred pool there. You can walk in there, but if you walk in there, you are going to end up getting sucked out into outer space. What we actually want to do here is just turn to the right, press up, and it's another red one that we want to use.
Crystals of light reveal. The crystals heal. The crystals give us new life.
There you go, we've got the second one there. So if I just go onto here, I'm getting attacked, press the V button. We just go onto here, we can see we've got 2 now, we've got the white one as well. If I remember, there's 5 of them to collect. So we're just going to vacate this area because we've done everything that we can do at the moment in this area. I think this is the area with the most entrances. There's a lot of entrances in this area. And we can see what looks like a door there. We can't do nothing with that at the moment. We'll just go back onto disc 1. Oh, look at him, he's getting me. You can't block these ones. And we've been kicked out again. But that's fine because we wanted to come this way anyway, so he's done us a favour. And what we'll do is we'll go back onto disc 1. Remember to swap discs, just press restart if you're using Sega Saturn. Open the Saturn, put in your new disc, shut the lid. As you can see, we're using the high Saturn today. And press the A button, and there you go, it will boot back into the game. And as I said, you know, for testing purposes, I've been doing a lot of testing, both testing as in trying different button sequences and seeing what different things happen if you do different things. I've been really spending a lot of time in each area doing that. And obviously I've been spending time exploring both the new version and the older version. So while we're here, as I said, always press up on them just to see if there's anything in them. Let's just see which ones we've got at the minute. Yeah. And we're going to go this way. So if we went right there, we'd be back in the rebellion room, but we don't want to go in there for now. Now, I haven't got it, but I will show you how it works when I get up to it. But as I said, when we were in the rebellion room, you see, I'm pressing the B button, it's not working because we've actually run out. If we just put this blue one in, that'll be fine. At this point, I think I'm going to use one of these. Get my health back up. We had a red one of these that I actually used in the rebellion room, and I put text on the screen before I uploaded the video, just to tell you that actually don't use it in that room because you can use it somewhere else. So I've used it on this, but I'll show you where else you could use it, and I'll show you footage of it being used in the other position when we get up to that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go this way. And if I remember correctly, we can't actually go in this bit at the minute. Oh no, we can. It's open. So we'll go in this bit and we'll get a sequence here. So this is at the top of the stairs in the code room. If you come up these stairs, usually the game automatically just keeps you walking forward and you fall through the hole in the floor. But you get a sequence if you come in this way.
Section 13.
Max is not responding.
C7, pull back to spinner 2.
I can't hold them all! Code red, spinner 3, we're out of here!
Try the backup computers. The virus. Someone sabotaged Max to disarm our security system. Can you fix her?
I'll try. Without the code, I'm running blind.
Jesus, what was that?
I think I never did this. I'll be back.
All personnel security systems are down. All unauthorized personnel out of here, now.
That means you.
And we're getting kicked out. So that puts us outside the door.
It's okay. He's with us.
So that's interesting because we've already seen that sequence in the last video, and it's actually cut short if you go in there straight away from the start of the game. But as you've seen there, that played the full version of it, and it didn't kick us out to the corridor. So that's really interesting. This door's a bit of an anomaly. Access denied. It looks like you can put something in the door. There's a hole there. I've tried just about every item in the game, and I have yet to figure out how to get into that door. I honestly presume that it's completing this puzzle here. So with this puzzle, you basically need to put in 2 items, and these ones here, these shaped ones. Now I presume putting 2 items in here should open that door, because that's the only thing in this area that isn't open. Or should do something with the electricity, but I think it's to open that door. That's my theory. But that's why I said don't use that red one. Usually the items for things are very close to them. Like one of these ones that you put in here, it's just outside the door, and usually you find that on quite a few of them. It's just if you go outside one of the doors and look in the cabinet on the wall, that's where it is. So I think it's a red and a blue one you want. But we used the blue one, the red one, sorry, for the cabinet in the rebellion room. Press the B button. If we put another triangle shaped crystal in there. But we used the red one because it was just outside the door in the rebellion room. So I think it was for there. But a red one is used for this as well. So if we just turn to the side, we get the blue one. See, the blue one that you need for that is just outside the door. And that's just an apple. And a lot of the time, like the rebellion room, the red one was just outside the door and it fitted in that cupboard. I think did we get an apple or something like that from? So it makes me think, well, there doesn't seem to be another red one. Not that I've found currently. That doesn't mean there isn't. If you have, let me know a second red one. But so if we take this blue one now, right? Is it the blue one first or the red one? So we've put the blue one in there, and it's gone from that one to that one. So it's gone in the middle. Can't press anything on it. And it's the red one which goes in the other one. And it doesn't seem to be, you know. None of the other ones work with it. I'll just show you. It's the red one because it does go in. But we used it. That's why I said on the screen not to use it. So I'll just show you the sequence of me using both of them. So you can see it just basically it just flicks over to here. But nothing appears to happen. If you know if you've managed to figure it out, let me know in the comments. I am still testing, as I said, so maybe by the time this video goes out I'll know what's going on. But here's that footage. And welcome back. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go this way. Now this door would have been locked, but we did open it when we used the keypad. We used the key code rather in the first one. I've got another theory about the key code as well that I'll speak about in a minute when we get a bit closer to the next TV screen. And we've already actually been this way. That's the B button. But oh, actually, I found a bit of a glitch which lets you get stopped from going into a room that way. But I found a bit of a glitch that lets you back into that room. I'm just trying to think of the way to go here. Just go this way. I'll show you that later on. Oh, it's doing it now. It wouldn't walk forward for a minute. There's sometimes some little glitches and bugs in this, but that's to be expected. So as I said, just before every door, you know, if you can, check left and right. So here's what we'll talk about here. So here's another TV screen. But what's the point in multiple TV screens dotted around the level to put the code in? When we've already put the code in and unlocked every door, so there seems no point. So my theory is that there was going to be multiple codes around the game. And what was going to happen is, because there's a TV screen near every new sort of area, and what it was going to be is it was going to be multiple codes, and each code would let you unlock the things in one room rather than just the one code for every room at the minute, because it doesn't make sense for there to be multiple TVs around where you can just use the one to open every room, and they're sort of redundant then. So we'll just keep moving along here. We've come to this corridor, and I'm just trying to think which would be the best area to go in. So we've got the red ball there. Items stacking up. If you get too many items and you get an item that you need, you can actually press, I think it's either the Y or the Z button. Never picked that up. It's either the Y or the Z button, and you can actually drop it. So any items you don't want, you can drop. Just trying to think. Another thing I've noticed that's really interesting is that with this new build, there's actually less enemies in it. That's something I've noticed. It's almost 99% of the time when you get attacked, it's the lightning fella. Which to be honest is not really the best. So we're gonna go this. Trying to think which way to go here. We're gonna go into the bar area. Yeah, so there doesn't seem to be the little robot with the eye. You never seem to get that on the new build. I don't know why. So we've been here before. This is the rebellion room, so I know where I am now. Just trying to think the easiest way to get back into room that I want to go into. So I think it's this way. We just go this way. And the reason we've gone around the long way here is because I could have went into the jail area. It's not worth going into the jail area yet because she's not been put into jail, so she wouldn't be there. But if you look at this door,
Red's throwing me in jail. You gotta help me.
that's exactly what we wanted. She's on her way to jail now. Oh, get attacked. Oh, I've run out. And I've got no more. But that enemy we've just seen there, on this the latest build, it's always him. You never get attacked by the or if you do, it's very rare. I can't remember ever seeing it. You're never getting attacked by them little robots with the eye anymore. So I'm not sure why that is, but there does seem to be less variation of enemies on this latest build. So the latest build, is a lot more stable, and some of the puzzles have been implemented further, so you can actually complete the puzzles. But yeah, there's less enemy variation. Something I've noticed, so we'll just use this. But yeah, so that was something that I figured out. This door's actually locked. I've yet to go in it. I'm yet to figure out how to open this one. The access denied. But I did know that to see the sequence to get her to go into jail, you just have to face it and just pause for a couple of seconds. It sets off that sequence. The thing is, I'm really open at the minute because I haven't got the jewels, the crystals that I need. So we'll just go into here. And again, this is another one. There's a TV screen in here. And again, like we said before, it just makes sense that you were going to find multiple codes and you were only going to be able to open. Just trying to figure out which one I want to go in. This one. Let's go into this one. And so we're going on to this two in here, and there's two things we can get before we go in, if I'm correct. Yep. So it's a red ball. And it's a red triangle one, so that comes in use because we can use that to block. We've still got our red one on, and we go in here. Now we've come into the jail area through the free access door, because there's another door where you have to feed them crystals to get in. But so why would you bother going that way when you can get in the way that I've just shown you, and it didn't cost us anything? So if we press on there, it says access denied. Now you can actually go into this room, and this is interesting because, it says access denied, so you just presume, oh well, you can't use it. But I'll come back to this in a minute because there's a couple of things we need to do. But you can actually use a crystal to get in that door, and it takes you into the area where we're going to get another one of the main crystals, and there's also lots of dancing girls in there, like private rooms. So here he is. Here's the gentleman that was on the picture in the outside area, and it showed us which one we needed to use. I'm just thinking, we haven't actually got it with us. We need to be booted into outer space. So if we just go to this one.
You want something? This is on the house.
So he's offering us a shot of something. No, we don't even know what it is. But we've had it.
That's good.
Feeling a bit groggy. I think we've been poisoned. And we get booted out. And when you get booted out after that sequence, you've been booted out. But again, get this. Because they come in handy. Them red ones are really good. Get that. And you've been booted out, but you've only been booted out to here. But again, you've been booted out, and this is the area where you've got to feed them the crystals. Now, if you feed them completely the wrong one, you just get booted out into outer space. If you feed him one of the round sphere ones, he usually spits them out if he doesn't like them. And you get another go for a couple of goes. But what I can tell you is, as I said, I don't know why you would come in this way, because if I wanted now, I could just save me red sphere and just... There's 2 or 3 other entrances into this room, and none of them, you don't have to use crystals for them. So, I think that's something that they would have sort of rectified later in the game, but basically it's the red one. And the door's open now. But see that metal thing there? If you get it wrong, that grabs you by the neck and chucks you into outer space. See, we can go back in now. Follow way around.
Hey, you're new. Clean. You want to buy me a drink? Come on.
She wants us to buy her a drink.
Yes, please. One for me and one for my very good-looking friend.
Very good looking.
Boring around here. There's nothing to do. Everybody's gone. Dead.
You heard about the Moroccan room?
Hey, pay attention to me. We got a lot to talk about. How about another drink? 2 more, please.
You want to get out of here? Follow me.
Hey, who's gonna pay for these drinks? What, you don't have any money?
You don't have any money?
We've been hit on the head there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back out of here, because we haven't got the item we need, and I'm going to show you how you get the item you need here. So if you go down there, you get chucked into outer space, and as I said, if you get the wrong one, you know, you get grabbed by that. So actually I'll show you that. So if we just take one, I mean, I know it's open because I've just come out of there, but if we take one that's completely wrong, like one of these should do it. No, it won't let me use one of them, so I'm trying to think which is a completely wrong item, but it's not a vital item that we need. Yeah, we've got multiple ones of these. Can we use this? No, you can't use them. What about just an apple? There we go. And we get chucked into outer space. But and you might think, well, why do you want to lose a life? Because actually, to get that crystal that we need to use for that gentleman, we actually need to be chucked into outer space, and hopefully we'll get it on this go. So we need to insert disc 1 again. And that's what we want to give to him. There it is. And you can follow her, but she just goes to the outside area. So what I'll do now is I'll actually just sort of I'll instantly travel us back to that other room to save you having to watch me go all the way there. So let's get back. And welcome back. We're back in the bar area. So we'll just make our way around because we've got the crystal that we need now to get one of the main crystals off him. As I said, we seen the picture that told you the one that you needed, and it was this one. But you do need to go into outer space to receive it. So all we need to do is just drop it on here like this. Oh, hang on. Press up on him first, sorry. I was wondering why it wasn't working then.
Vámonos a no.
Get a bit of sound distortion there. Sometimes that happens. And then this is the one we want. Just drop it in.
Water soothes, water heals, water washes away our poison, water washes away our poison.
That's done. And as we can see, we've got 3 of them now. And what I'll do is, there's a couple of little sequences we can see in here still that I can show you. We just move around to here. Sometimes, and this is where a lot of like something that I've been testing for, sometimes if you just stare at something for a bit, something happens like this here, see? And like where the jail sequence happened, where she got took to jail earlier, you had to stare at that door to activate the sequence. So that's one area I've been doing with me testing, as well as trying button sequences and trying to do different things, different items with things and things like that. Just move around the side as well.
Hey, you're new.
See, we're getting a sequence that we've already had there. We haven't got a block for that. So there's no need to watch it again, but I said that does happen, and I would imagine that by the time the game had been tested properly before release, that, you know, things like that would have been sorted. Just take it down.
I'm surprised to see you still here, stranger. Mama's already left their town hall.
We got
It's okay, Alvin. Just another space travel.
You'll get stuck somewhere else.
And attacked again there. So what we'll do is we'll go around and I'll show you. Now this takes you into the room with the private dancers, and it's another room where you get one of the main crystals. And as I said, you'd think, you know, oh, the door's not open, you need to find something to unlock it. But sometimes if you just try items on doors, you can actually open doors just with items. Some of them do need, you know, puzzles or certain things to have happened before they open. And other ones, you can just use things. Now I'm just trying to think, there's a lot of ways into this room. There's this way, you can give the little people the apple. You can also, there's also a, even if you don't give them the apple in that room, you can actually use a crystal on the door that's locked on the other side as well. And I'll show you that now as well. So let's have a look.
Pregunta si tiene fruta o crystal. Lane, parece que no quiere cambiar.
And welcome back. So with this one, if I remember correctly. It's just a red ball on the screen. Just drop it on. And there you go, we've opened it. And we're going right in. This is actually the exit way. That most people will find this as the exit way to this room because they'll go in using the apple. And it is quite a good way to go in because you get to go into... Oh, I'm getting attacked. Stop. You get to go into this room and you get to go into the bar area very quickly early into the game, so it's useful. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and... if you go in there, you get knocked down. I'll show you that in a minute. I'm just going to go forward. We're going to go to the left here. I'm trying to set off a sequence here. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I've set it off now.
It's not often we are visited by an Ima. To what do we owe this great honor?
I've come to ask for your help.
Help? Imas are all powerful. Certainly you don't need help from some lowly sati like myself.
You must stop mining the crystals.
Is that a request or a demand?
If you persist, the island will break apart. The sacred pools are already cracking.
Oh, that's too bad. We could always make room for you here. It would make a very nice Sasha.
You must understand. There is little time.
No, you understand! If you hadn't shut me out, we wouldn't be in this bloody mess.
I'm afraid I must insist.
Are you threatening me? Insist! You want to fight with me? Ha! Throw her in the zapper.
Koza, please, hear me.
Watch the exits. Nobody in or out.
Right, so if we go this way now. You can open these. Got them. If we look at this again, it's another one of them paintings, and it shows you the lady that we're actually going to meet her in this room. And to get the main crystal, you need to give her the red triangle shaped one. Make sure we've got one of them. We have. So she's trapped down there now.
Don't come any closer. Koza has stolen the sacred crystal. Please, help me find it.
So we can get a red ball there, but as you can see, we are taking quite bad radiation. So we need to turn the electricity off. Now I've got 230s on this one. Just gonna get out of here because I'm taking radiation quite badly. My 230s are that what would make perfect sense is if we just turn this way. Turn round. Is this keypad here? Now if we move that to off, it makes perfect sense that that should turn the electricity off, but it doesn't seem to do anything. So hang on, what I want to do is, I'm trying to think which one it is. Is it the red ones or the white ones? I think it's the white ones that move your radiation down, if I'm correct. It is the white ones. They're going to come in useful for this room because we've got to go into some other rooms where you're going to be hitting radiation. And if that goes to the top, obviously. But that's not worked.
Don't come any closer. Koza has stolen the sacred crystal. Please, help me find it.
Let's have a go, see if we can give her anything while we're here. I don't think we can though, to be honest. No. Right, so what I'm going to try and do is go this way. So maybe I think that keypad should have done it, because that keypad doesn't appear to do anything. Now you're going to get attacked by loads of people here, so what I would recommend you do is just keep turning around so you can get up the stairs. This item here. That's a white one. If we go up here, if you see her leg starting to stick out, turn back around. We haven't. Turn back around, she was going to kick you. Turn back around again. Now if you go into that room, that gentleman, the old gentleman's behind there, and you get put into outer space. So I wouldn't do that yet. There's the two dancing rooms there, we'll go in them in a moment. In fact, actually, I think I'll probably leave them to the start of the next episode, because this episode's running quite long at the moment and I don't want episodes to be too long. So we can get these. That actually puts your health back up. We've got a potion, which always comes in handy. And we've got a green one there. So what we need to do is just go down this way. Now as I said, if you'd have come up the other way, you'd have got hit in the face. We've got this sequence here. It's a good sequence, this, probably one of the best in the game.
Miserable creatures! You are not to enter! What is the meaning of this? We agreed. You are to leave the laser zone alone!
Relax. I mean, you know
A bit frisky. Well, that's the end of him. Well, you'd think it is, but I'm going to show you in a minute it's not. Because I think there's something happened in the game, whereas I think the developers just needed to fix it, because clearly he's dead. He's just gone into outer space. This one doesn't appear to do anything, which maybe it should have done. So we can go into this one and we can turn it off. But the funny thing about this one is, unlike most things where you can turn it off on, you can actually turn it off on. You can keep doing it as many times as you want. So if we turn it off, basically, when we were coming up the stairs on the other side, here, the thing you can see on the wall, that would hit you in the face and you fall back down the stairs. You couldn't walk up the stairs, but now you can walk up and down these stairs. And she comes round, and you've just got to give her the correct crystal. So it's the red one as per the painting.
Bra.
The power of Earth gives us life, gives us energy.
There you go, you can see we've got 4 of the 5 of them now. And we just need to get the last one. So what I'll do is, because this is getting a bit long now, I'll leave this one here. I'll just show you this last thing. I'll show you the dancers at the start of the next video. We'll be doing more exploring, solving more puzzles. And I'll also show you the jail area and how to solve that sort of area as well. But what's quite interesting is we've just seen that old man get killed. Oh, nearly dead. We've just seen him get killed, so you should be able to go behind this curtain now and do a bit of exploring behind there. But this is clearly a mistake that would have been rectified, I think, in the final version. But if we go behind the curtain, watch, he's still there. He's killed us. and sent us into outer space. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next episode. They've got loads of more exciting things and interesting things to show you in this game, but I just don't want these videos to go too long.